Are you listening? This ain't no quiet thing. We're screaming out our lungs. Hey, are you listening? Hey, are you there? Hey, are you listening? Or do you just not care?
All right, well, welcome to Hey, Are You Listening? This is our second episode. It's a podcast exploring the past, the present, and the future of Christian music. My name is Joel, and I'm here with my good friend Brandon. And we connected over a mutual love for some artists that we both care about, but we also have pretty different taste when it comes to music. And so we get to introduce each other to new artists while also inviting some friends along for the ride. And today we have a friend here with us. Brandon, would you like to introduce our guest?
Yes, we have someone that I'm kind of acquaintances with. It's my wife, Jordan.
And we know each other very briefly.
So, yeah, we have Jordan on and pretty pumped up. Me and Jordan, one of our passions is like listening to music and like going to concerts. So it's pretty excited to have her on here to kind of share her opinions and bring her love of music on.
Cool. I'm excited.
I'm excited too, mostly because I know this is going to be like way better than the first episode because Jordan is on the mic. So it's going to be
I don't
great.
know. It might be a train wreck. Who knows?
Well, Jordan,
You may never ask me to be back again.
well, tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and then like how you entered into the world of Christian music.
Okay. My name is Jordan Lorick. I'm married to Brandon Lorick. I am a physical therapist assistant by day, music lover by night. I feel like that sounded kind of cheesy, but I'm trying to think of like who I am in a nutshell. I grew up in church, so like Christian music has always kind of been around. But I grew up in a old school Southern Baptist church, so like hymns were around too. So I like a good gospel hymn. Yeah. I don't know what else to say about myself.
I will say when it comes to music, I learned very quickly when I made my first mixtape for Jordan that Jordan is way more of a music fan than a lyric fan. So when it comes to music, she's way more of she rarely wants it to make her sit down and like think through big ideas. Instead, it's like, I want it to make me move and get up and
I want
dance.
it to sound good. That's about it. Like I can listen to instrumental music all day. It doesn't even have to have a lyric. Brandon, on the other hand, it has to have a lyric like that means something big. If it's a throwaway trash lyric, he's not listening to it.
I was about to say, I think Brandon's showing his cards a little bit here, revealing like the things that he really cares about when it comes to songwriting, which is cool. We all come at it from a different angle, and I think both matter to me, though I probably lean a little more in the direction of Jordan in the music matters, but I've been a musician for a lot of my life, so... So what were some of the first like Christian artists that you really connected with?
Like we were talking earlier, I feel like the first core memory of a concert that I went to that was a Christian artist was 10th Avenue North. It was a free concert. I think I was in the 8th or 9th grade. And I thought I was so cool because I got to see them and I got to meet them afterwards. And they sang to me in the meet and greet. And I was like, oh man, 10th Avenue North sang to me. I think I posted about it on my Facebook. And like it comes back up in my memories. And I kind of cringe a little bit when I see it because I'm like, ooh, I thought that I was so cool. But yeah, I feel like that was the first concert that I remember going to, and then I would hear them on the radio and I was like, oh man, I saw them in concert, that's so cool. So I guess like 10th Avenue North would be the first band that I remember.
That's cool. That's a good entry point. I think like concerts, I feel like for me, were a big like draw into the world of Christian music. my first like Christian rock concert, this is gonna date me a little bit, was Petra. And I was in middle school and at youth camp, and they like played at the youth camp I was at, and I never turned back after that. That was like all I needed.
That was the life change.
Yeah, it was. It was the moment. It was the moment when everything shifted and everything changed. So, when we have our guests, we like for them to help bring something to us, to introduce something to us for the first time. But you know this already, right, Brandon? This one?
Yeah, this is an album that I grew up with and listened to a ton when I was younger. So, Jordan, what album did you bring to us this week?
I bring to you the gift of Family Force 5, Dance or Die. Dance or Die. It's so dang catchy.
So we're going to get into Dance or Die in just a little bit, and I'm looking forward to the conversation about it. But before we get there, we are going to play a little game called Who Would You Listen To? And so this is a moment for me to be able to put the two of you on the spot. And I'm going to give you two artists, and you need to tell me out of the two, just quickly, who you would listen to. And we can talk about why afterwards if we want to. But we're going to start off really simple with a couple of more well-known artists, and we'll get a little deeper as we go. So the first big one that we will launch with is DC Talk or Newsboys.
You want to go first, or?
I guess I'll go first. Well, so taking the current stance out of like the playing field, Newsboys all day long. I feel like Newsboys has much catchier tunes, and honestly, I've never seen a DC Talk concert, but I've seen a Newsboys concert, and whenever you start flipping a drum kit, I feel like that changes the game. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, Brandon?
I'll take DC Talk.
Yeah, I think I have to lean towards DC Talk as well. I have seen them in concert. Of course, they were like fighting over vocal parts the whole time, but they're great live. Yeah, I feel like DC Talk was always kind of on the cutting edge a little bit of where Christian music was. All right, good. Let's go a little deeper. Maybe controversial as well. Switchfoot or Skillet?
Are you wanting me to go first?
Yeah, we can go. You can go first.
I feel like I was already saying the word before I asked. Switchfoot all day long.
Oh yeah, Switchfoot.
Yeah, Switchfoot's one of my favorite bands.
I love Switchfoot.
Yeah. So we have a mutual love. We'll have to have you back on when we cover a Switchfoot record.
Yes, please.
It'll be great. So, what's your favorite Switchfoot record?
I don't know. I like all of it. I feel like whenever we went to see them back in whenever that was, May.
Yeah.
They like every single song. I was back in middle school singing like Switchfoot.
Yeah.
I love it.
So good. So good. No Skillet love here. All right. Next
Sorry,
one. Reliant K or MXPX? Two worlds of the Christian punk world. Yeah. Reliant K or MXPX?
I don't think I've ever even heard of MXPX. So
sad.
I guess I need to go listen to them, but I love Reliant K. Like, I have a deep love for Reliant K.
Okay.
I completely agree with everything Jordan said. Never listen to an MXPX song.
You guys are breaking mine and Mike Carrera's heart right now.
Joel's like
so sad.
He's like, this is supposed to be a hard quiz, not a like, I haven't even listened to that band, but this other band, love them.
Before we started recording, I told you I might not even know some of these people.
All right, well, I will give you a brief introduction to MXPX when we finish recording today, just to get into that. So
I may be looking forward to it. I don't know.
You should be. All right, we'll move on. We're going to go a little deeper, so these may be a little harder. Okay? I'll try and start with one of the easier ones first, and this one matters a lot to me individually. In the world of Christian ska, Supertones or Five Iron Frenzy?
I've only heard of Supertones. Or what was that? What is it? 5 Iron Frenzy?
5 Iron Frenzy.
Was that the one that you showed me the other day?
I don't remember.
You showed me a lot of ska music the other day,
Oh.
and I don't remember any of it.
Brandon, what about you?
I think right now I would say Supertones, but from what I've listened to 5 Iron, I think I would lean towards them if I heard more of their stuff. Because I think that's what's holding it back is right now there's like 10 Supertone songs I love, and I feel like I could find 10 5 Iron songs I loved. But yeah, I feel like Supertones is just more of like, I guess like it's weird to say because I feel like a lot of people love them, but I feel like they're more of the mainstream.
Yeah.
Like if you're a Christian festival and you're inviting a ska band, you're bringing the Supertones in.
Well, I'll just tell you, if you're a lyrics guy,
Uh-huh.
you're gonna lean really heavy into 5 Iron Frenzy
Mhm.
because Reese Roper is one of the best lyricists in Christian music. So they're great.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go 5 Iron. Although I appreciate the Supertones.
Yeah.
Supertone Strikes Back. Love that record.
Mhm.
So good. So
What I will say, if it makes you feel any better, I can't even name a Supertone song.
okay.
I just know the name of the band.
That works. That works. All right. Little deeper, even more, branching into some other genres. May or Copeland? Everybody's learning a lot about you two
Yeah.
right now.
I feel like I have heard the name Copeland, but I, again, couldn't tell you a song by them.
I saw Copeland on tour with Switchfoot once.
That might be where I know them from. I saw their name on a poster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in the same boat. I feel like that's like I was going through a 90s Christian, like kind of trying to research bands, but then I got drawn back into like the 2000s of music. So I feel like I stopped going through all of the 90s ones. So yeah, this just goes to show you that whenever we review like a lot of these like 90s Christian bands, I'm going to go into it with a clean slate of like
That's good. That's what we're here for,
Yeah.
to introduce each other to different kinds of things. I know you know one of these bands,
Uh-huh.
so I'll throw this one out. The Chariot
Mhm.
or Showbread?
Showbread.
Oh, Showbread.
Yeah, both great bands. But have you heard The Chariot?
Nope.
I've heard some of their stuff. It's just I think once again it's just Showbread is so ingrained in. I've went through their whole catalog.
Yeah, love Showbread. All right, well, I'm going to leave it there so that we don't have to get further into things that you may
So we
not.
don't break your heart anymore? Is that what it is?
Or I don't embarrass you because you don't know who the people are that I'm
Listen.
talking about.
Ask me some. I need to create my own list and say, hey, have you heard of this band?
You should.
Skyhawk Drive.
Yes.
You've heard of them?
Yes.
Ah, dang it.
I know a lot of things about that. But, all right, so we'll move on. We're going to move on to what are you listening to? So what are some of the things that you've been listening to lately in the world of Christian music?
I discovered, and I don't know how I haven't heard of them like before this, but a couple of months ago we were at a thing and someone was playing a song and I like Shazammed it, and it was a Colony House song. And I was like, man, this is a really cool band. And I have just been listening to them like nonstop. I've listened to mainly just like the Cannonballers album, really diving into that. But for what I've seen, a lot of people are like, oh, that's not even their best stuff. So yeah, I've been listening and I've really been enjoying their stuff. I feel like it just feels like very like original, like very, I don't know. I appreciate when I listen to a band and you know they're enjoying what they're putting out.
Yeah.
It's not just we're checking a box and releasing an album.
Yeah, Colony House is such a great band.
Mm-hmm.
The two main guys, sons of Stephen Curtis Chapman. So
Yeah.
that's some Christian rock royalty right there.
I remember seeing them. It was the first Christian concert I ever went to. Stephen Curtis Chapman was doing Winter Jam, and there was a section where he's like, "Hey, like, you guys mind if my kids come out and play a couple of songs?" And so just mid his set, I'm assuming like that's his like two sons.
Yeah.
They just came out and played like 2 or 3 songs, and I just remember thinking like, this is just, it's cool, but it also just shows you like Steven's power that he can be like, hey, I know this is my time, but I'm gonna let another band come up here and you're all gonna allow it.
I feel like
Like,
you got to see Colony House before they were Colony
Yeah.
House.
I'm cool. I can be like, hey, you guys, yeah,
Man.
20 years ago.
I knew them. I knew them back when. Yep, that's awesome. Jordan, what about you?
I feel like cliche Forrest Frank. He's just been saturating a lot, so I feel like I hear him all the time. But then also Josiah. Now I'm
Yep.
blanking on his last name. Josiah
Queen.
Queen. Is
Queen,
that it? I was thinking Queen, but then I was like, oh, I don't think that's it. But it is Queen. I like his stuff a lot. I actually found him on TikTok. I saw a video of his and I was like, oh, this is kind of catchy. And then I don't know how to say his name. Taryn Wells. He's got this song called "Let the Church Sing," and I feel like it's super like clappy, catchy, gospely. So I like that. Yeah,
Jordan likes a jam.
I do. I like
appreciate that about you.
to be able to bob my head a little bit.
Yeah, well, Forrest Frank and Josiah Queen, two artists nominated for Artist of the Year at the
That's
Dove Awards
true.
2025. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. So I have, as of late, been listening to one of my favorite newer artists, a guy named John Van Dusen. And he's got a new record that's coming out in October, I think, called, and I love it because it's super long. It's called "As Long as I'm in the Tent of This Body, I Will Make a Joyful Noise." So that's the name of the record. And the one coming out in October is part 1, and it has 18 songs on it. And then there's going to be a part 2.
Dang.
And so he's only released 4 tracks off of it so far, but they're so good. And John Van Dusen is like, I have loved everything that he has put out. He's got a really cool story about how he was in a secular band, and God just brought him to a point of brokenness that led him into really like serving the Lord with his gifts. And he writes some really, really great stuff. And so I'm pumped for that record when it's coming out. And then I have a buddy, Chris Staples, who used to be in the band 238, which was on Tooth and Nail Records, the band that I used to be in. We used to tour around with them a little bit. And he just put out a new record called "Don't Worry." And it's great. Chris Staples stuff's really good, a little quirky, acousticy. It's a lot of fun. So if you're into that kind of stuff, you should check that out. So good. All right. Well,
I forget, because Brandon's probably going to get mad at me because I didn't bring them up. We've been listening to a lot of Gable Price and Friends.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I got to shout them out.
Together. There you go.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. All right. All right. So today we're asking the question, hey, are you listening to "Dance or Die" by Family Force 5? So I'll give us a little background on the record for some research that I put together. So "Dance or Die" is the second studio album from Family Force 5, and their first release on Tooth and Nail Records. It was released on August 19th, 2008. I thought this was really interesting. Blake Solomon of AbsolutePunk.net said this about the album. Even though Family Force 5 may be the musical equivalent of mixing Mentos and Coke, lots of build up for something that only ever happens one way, I find myself oddly pleased with "Dance or Die." In its first week, it sold 17,000 copies, debuted at 30 on the Billboard 200. By the end of January, it had sold over 50,000 units. In December 2008, the band won the Best Christian Rock Artist, Best Crunk Rock/Rap Artist, and Best Rock Album for "Dance or Die" at the Rock On Request Awards. All right. You guys have history with this.
Yeah,
This
we do.
is new for me. So tell me about how this record came into your life.
Do you may go first?
Sure.
I was telling Joel earlier that I think that Family Force 5 is the Star Wars of the Christian music industry. And what I mean by that is that you have people that love Star Wars, but they love one section of it. Like they love the originals, or they love the prequels, or they love Disney, or they hate one of the section or whatever. And I feel like Family Force 5 is a lot like that. Like they're, I guess there are four main things. You had like Business Up Front, Dance or Die, The Third, and I'm forgetting the one they did, but they did a fourth one where it was like Crouton as the lead singer. And all of those albums are completely different. So for me, I listen a ton to their Gotye release, Business Up Front. So when I went into this album, I was expecting like a completely different, like it was a very big shift, like in my opinion, from what they had done previously. So I, even back in the day, had a very like almost like love-hate relationship where I was like, I appreciate you guys are doing something different, but like, can you just not stick to the formula of what I love? Like, keep releasing music what I like instead of what you guys like. So yeah, that was kind of my history with the album.
So what's funny is I found Family Force 5 Saturday morning on MTV.
Ooh.
They had a video for Love Addict, and I saw them. I loved them. I wrote down their names so I could YouTube them later. And I looked them up on YouTube, and it was love. I loved everything that they had out there to that point. That was probably, I was maybe in the 9th grade whenever I found them.
Yeah.
So like I don't think they had released Dance or Die yet. I think they released it when I was in, I don't even remember when. But I remember I would drive to school and I would crank it after I would drop my mom off because me and my mom drove.
It's not mom music.
Yeah. Well, she would love it. She loves it. But I would drop her off at her work, and then I would drive literally 2 minutes down the road to my school. So I would only have time to listen to one song, and I cranked it as I was pulling into the school. And I would park, go to school, then come back out, and I would drive probably about 5 minutes from school to my grandma's house, where I stayed until my mom got off of work so I could go pick her up. So like that was my after school. I would crank it up, and like just this whole album, it was, man, I don't have a care in the world. This is awesome music. Yeah, I feel like that's how I found Family Force 5, and then with this album, like the connection that I have with it is just like being in high school, not caring about anything, just listening to music.
Now, for you, Joel, I know you said that like you're not really familiar, but like, can you remember any like blips where someone randomly was like, "Oh, this band's doing this," or you saw a snippet of like Love Addict? Like, are there any parts where you're like, I didn't know about them, but I do remember someone mentioning like, we love them, or this band's horrible, or whatever?
Yeah, and so when I say I don't have a lot of history with them, I mean that I never like got a record and spent time listening to it. I definitely like had this idea of what Family Force 5 is in my head.
Yeah.
And I saw them even, I think, play at like a Winter Jam one year or something. And all I remember is the lead singer like had a big like Hulk fist or whatever.
Yep.
He would like raise it up in the sky, and that was my big takeaway from the moment. And so I honestly never really gave them a shot beyond like being able to see them live. So it's fun for me to like get to dig into a record, but I don't know like the history that you know of like, oh, this album was like a big like change in sound or whatever. So I have no idea what.
See, Brandon says that it's a big change in sound. I feel like they all kind of sound the same. To me, it's like synth, punk, rock. Like that's all, a little bit of crunk, rappy mixed into it. But I feel like all of them kind of sound the same.
It goes back to the Star Wars thing where Jordan's the Star Wars person. I was like, listen, all the movies are great. We got the Force, we got
honestly,
lightsabers.
That's how I am with Star Wars. I feel like I love all of the Star Wars movies.
It's all good, man.
I do like everything Star Wars, but I do certainly like some things more than others.
Not me.
If there's spaceships and lightsabers, you're in.
Exactly.
And if you throw in a Wookiee, then that's just icing on.
Yes.
And
That's
an
the
Ewok
sprinkles.
is like,
Oh, man. You're talking my language.
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, with that, then let's get into this record track by track. And so if you're at home and you want to follow along with us and want to pull up the record, we'll talk through each track. And so you can hit play on different tracks while we're talking about them to see if you can get a sense of where we're going with this. But yeah, we've talked a little bit about history with this. Any other like big, like just overall thoughts before we move into it?
I think for me, it's cool that I know on our last episode we reviewed an album that like I had never listened to. So for me, it's cool to go back and to find music that really impacted me and to see like, oh, does it hold up or does it not hold up? So for me, it's cool going back and almost like you're jumping in a time machine because I'm like Jordan. I remember like I can think listening to it like in the backseat of like my parents' car, or I remember like being super excited when this music video came out or whatever. So to me, like I just love albums that have all of that nostalgia because it's like even if some of the stuff doesn't hold up, you're still like it's still good. Like it brings back good memories.
Yeah, for sure.
What was the question? I kind of blanked out.
Just any overall like big thoughts.
Sometimes Brandon talks and I kind of zone out. So.
It's just you get so lost in love when you listen
Exactly,
to him.
that's what it is.
Sometimes I zone out when I'm talking.
I think for this album, I like the idea that it is a concept album, that it's like this space battle, and the only way to win is by dancing and getting your groove on. That's the only way that you can fight these forces that are trying to attack you. So I like the idea that it is a concept album and it tells a story throughout, but I feel like track for track, I feel like it's a good track, like individually, it's just good.
Yeah. So again, like entering into it for me, I had this perception of Family Force 5, right, that I thought as I was walking into it. And so it's fun to be able to dig into it and realize, okay, well, there's like more here than I like originally thought when I was thinking about this record. And for me, like it may not be like the thing that I like am like really wanting to listen to in a record. It's a little overproduced for me. I like a little more of an organic feel to an album.
Yeah.
We were talking about that
yeah.
yesterday, actually.
So it's very produced, but that's okay because that's what it is. And so I was really excited to like take it for what it is and kind of dig into it and see what's there. So let's do that. Let's look first at track number 1, which is the title track for the record, Dance or Die. What do you guys think about this one?
For me, like back in the day, it was like I was like, "Oh, this is going to be a very different album" when I heard it. But like having that stuff aside, I think it's very produced and there's a lot going on. But I think it works. Like it works where there is a lot going on. But like Jordan said, it's like the whole idea of the song is this is a space battle and we have to dance to, destroy like the evil forces. So I feel like it's so over the top and it works because it is like, we're not trying to put out like this amazing gospel, record or something. It's like, here's a song about fighting evil forces. So, I mean, I feel like I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I feel like it's so cool that it's just like, hey, we got to dance. So let's dance. And it's simple. It's got good synth in it. I like how it starts like super low, like the and then it's like like it pops into it with the song, and then the transmission radio like how it just is like, I love everything about it.
This is a great song. It's actually really good. And it surprised me. It definitely made me want to dance more than die.
That's
And
good.
I think it maybe met its goal. Yeah, I love. There's like a high synth part that
Yeah.
I think is really cool that I enjoyed. I can see why this band was like as popular as they are.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if I played this for my kids, they would be super into it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They would really, really be about it. The idea of a dance war.
Yeah.
It's just great. Yeah, this is a great song. I mean, I kind of rate all these tracks. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
It's a great track.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Moving on, we've got Get Your Back Off the Wall. To me, this is one of the highlights of the entire record. And I think it's a song that kind of combines all of the elements of Family Force 5, where you have this like dance element, but you also have this like rock guitar and this like screaming and all. So to me, I really love it because I feel like it kind of just, like I said, it combines everything. Like if you want to introduce Family Force 5 to a song, or like use a song to introduce Family Force 5 with, like this is one of the go-tos. Like I would put this on if I had to choose 3 songs to show someone who this band was. I would. So I really enjoyed this song.
Yeah. I think my favorite part of the song is the screaming. How like it starts with the with him just saying like, "Get your bag off the wall, get your bag off the wall, get your bag off the wall." Like I feel like that, like you have to be hyped whenever you hear it. Like
Yeah.
it pumps you up so much.
Yeah. Yeah, the emo screams were like kind of fun. They kind of drew me in a way that draws back to my past. The sound on this song is like massive. Like it's so big. I don't know how you make that happen.
Yeah.
But it's so big as I was listening to it in headphones. But honestly, if you were introducing me to Family Force 5 and played 3 songs, I would hope this wasn't one of the 3 that you would play. Because I felt like for me, this song was like my old stereotypical view of what Family Force 5 is. Like the low, like computerized vocal like thing. I'm like, I'm not really into that. Like,
Yeah.
so it wasn't my favorite track on the record, but I hear where you guys are coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good hype up song.
Next, we move on to Rip It Up. I think for me, this is the first song that made me go like, eh. Like it was the new direction where I was like, I feel like this just kind of like a misses for me. But like I said, I'm not like a dancey type person. So I think that like I didn't like it, but I also know that like I am not the audience for the song. So it's like I can appreciate it, but like for me, it's just like I didn't really like care for it.
What gets me is the guitar hook right after the chorus. After it sings like "Rip it up," and then it's like "dun-dun-dun-dun-dun." I feel like that draws me in. That's my favorite part of the song.
Yeah, I like this one. I think it could use a little slimming down. And by that I mean like I think the melody like suffers a little. The chorus is like a 2-part chorus.
Yeah.
And it's almost like I would throw away the first part of the chorus because it doesn't do anything for me. But I feel like the second half of the chorus, when it hits the "Rip It Up" part, is great. And it's catchy, and I'm like in on it.
Because it's
and
got
I'm
like the dun 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 dun.
yeah, like just do that. Like we don't need the rest of this. It's okay. Like we can simplify it and make it a better song. But I liked it. I thought it was good. Yeah. Track number 4, "How in the World." This was this like I was ready for this after the first 3 songs, which were like really big. I was really ready for track number 4 to hit. And I love this one. What do you guys think about this one?
So this used to be a skip track. I did not like this song in high school. Whenever I first started listening to this album, I would blast the first 3 and then be like, I don't want to sit here and just listen to like like I want something that's like boom, boom, boom. And so I would always skip it. But since even up until we decided that we were going to do this album, I was like, oh, I guess I need to listen to this song. And listening back to it, I'm like, man, this is a pretty good song. So I feel like my opinions have changed from high school Jordan to now 32-year-old Jordan. I feel like with the lyrics, I feel like it's such good lyrics, and still musically, not my favorite. I don't like slow songs, but I feel like lyrically, it's a really good song.
I didn't like it. I feel like it was a skip track, and like I went into it with like an open mind, thinking like maybe like, oh, like it'll shift my opinion, but like, yeah, I didn't really care for it. I feel like when you're a band like Family Force 5 and you're known for being like what the guys say, like Mentos and like Coke, I feel like it is a struggle to slow it down because you're expecting like a nonstop party. So I feel like it almost feels like the album comes to like a screeching halt, like for me. And I guess for me, I want something a little more subtle. Whereas for you, you're like, yes, I'm waiting for us to stop so I can just sit here for a second.
It's like you're stuck on the roller coaster
Yeah.
or like the spinny ride at the fair, and each time you go around to the attendant, you're like, please stop, I need off. And then it finally stops and you get off, but then somebody drags you on to another one, and then you're stuck on the same loop, and you're like, please stop.
Yeah, I just feel like if this whole record, if all 11 tracks were like tracks 1 through 3, like I would be giving up by track 5. Like I just couldn't keep going. And it's not because they're bad, but when you're listening to an album in succession like that,
Yeah.
a good album is always got to have like a change of pace.
Yeah.
Otherwise you exhaust like your listener.
Yeah.
And so I felt like this was such a good example of that. And in fact, like it's a great song. The melodies are awesome. I love the like video gamey feel to the music. I felt like that was really cool. And yeah, the melodies are good. It's got a great chorus. It's super catchy. It might be a skip for you and it grew on you, but it's my favorite track on the record.
Next we move to Fever. For me, this is another highlight of the album. Like this is a song that I still add to like I would say the majority of the playlist I make, I add this because I'm just like doesn't matter if I'm driving 3 hours away or if I need a doing yard work playlist or whatever. I feel like it's just a really fun song, and I think like it's like them branching out, but I feel like it works a lot. So it's like I feel like this is a very like dancey song, and it's not like the lyrics are telling something this deep, but like for whatever reason, this song I loved it when I heard it back then, and like I still like love this song.
So 2 things. It is something deep. It's about catching the fire of the Holy Spirit. So
Interesting.
that's what it's about. At least that's what I think it's about. That's what I'm interpreting as. But my favorite part is, I think it's at the end of each chorus where he's like, "People's got you sweating, and you know I'm burning up." Like whenever he like drops his vocals in that, that's my favorite part of the song.
Jordan, I hate to tell you, but that's the thing that made me want to pass this
No.
song. Yes, it's that low vocal thing again.
I love low
I can't
vocals.
handle it. I don't like it.
No.
I'm sorry.
How do you feel? Because I feel like the other band I know, and this is like a detour, but that noise, it reminds me a lot of like 21 Pilots. Do you feel the same way when they do it as well?
Yes.
Or do you...
I like 21 Pilots, but I
What?
don't like that.
So spoiler, whenever we move to those albums, just keep in mind that...
Yeah. It's okay. It's all right.
That's
There's
okay.
things
I
here
broke
for
your heart earlier. Now you're breaking mine.
there's things here for all of us. Track 6, Party Foul. Yeah, this one I thought was really, really fun. Like the idea of like breaking a rule at a party, and So I thought the lyrics were fun. I thought it was a cool song. Yeah, I like this coming off of Fever. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's just fun lyrically. I feel like it kind of helps like break the stereotype of like, oh, Christians can't laugh, but like these are guys that are Christians and they're laughing at themselves, like poking fun at, oh, you stepped to my girl, that's a party foul. I feel like it's just fun.
Yeah, it is.
I'll be honest, like I felt like this was like my least favorite track, but hearing you guys talk about it, I feel like it has like risen a little bit. Like thinking like I feel like this is I could see like the guys from the band being like, man, we just loved like this song. So I feel like that raises it up. Like it's not for me, but it's like because I was about to say like I felt like it just didn't feel like it fit. But like I think that's more of a me thing because I feel like I didn't want it to fit on the album, but honestly it does. That's the album. Moving forward, it's I guess DIE4YOU.
You should have sang it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming the song is about Jesus.
It is.
Yes. So it was nice to like find a song that I was like, oh, okay, this is a Christian song on this record. And this song to me, like, kind of perfectly encapsulated what I thought Family Force 5 was.
Yeah.
That it's kind of like, all right, we're going to do this whole like loud, like fun thing, but like it's about Jesus.
Yeah.
And so that was my thought. It's just kind of like almost like didactic, just like whatever look at who Jesus is. And so I appreciated the faith part of it, but then I actually didn't like the package of it.
Yeah.
Because I just I don't know. It just made it feel like a little trite and light to me. I don't know.
See, I liked it because it is that whole like talking about Jesus and how Jesus is going to die for you. But I feel like lyrically it can be seen as like, oh, like boyfriend, girlfriend, I'd die for you.
Right.
So then it draws in those people that are just like in the emo punk scene and they listen to this song and they're like, oh man, this is catchy. And then they actually look into the band and then they find out, oh, they're Christians. But then they find out who Jesus is through listening to that. So I feel like it is a little bit on the nose, but it is a ministry tool because people can find Jesus through that who typically would not be reached by Christians. So
I think, like Joel said, it was the first time I heard a song on the album. I went, okay, yeah, they still are singing about like Jesus. I remember the first time I listened to it thinking, oh, this song is most like a song I would have found on Business Up Front.
Yeah.
So for me, like, I loved it because it was a return to like, oh, this is what I wanted the album to be more of. And I was really afraid that this wasn't going to hold up, but I feel like I love it just as much. Because I think lyrically, like, there are like a lot of themes of like martyrdom like dumb in there of the song. So I felt like it was just like, I just really love like, I think Family Force 5 is best whenever they are just guitars like going and just screaming. So like I think that whenever you say like, yeah, this is what I thought they were, I'm like, yes, that's so to me it's
Guitars and
like
screaming.
it's a great thing. Yeah, they scream a lot, they have guitar and they party.
throw in a little synth and you
Yeah.
got Family Force 5.
Next we move to Share It With Me. I really liked this song when I was younger because like the story behind it is that their bass player Fatty, he was gonna propose to this girl and she like broke up with him, and I just remember as a kid thinking, what, how could that happen? That's the saddest thing ever. So I remember just thinking like, this song is so deep, like because they deal with that. But I felt like now like it didn't hold up. So it's like a song I used to love, but now I feel like it was like a little, maybe just because I'm older and I'm like, oh yeah, that's not like the saddest thing that can happen to you.
Yeah, this was kind of, it was a skip track then, and it's kind of a skip track now. I feel like I still don't love it. I feel like it's just kind of blah. It's not like a go-to track for me.
So not unexpected. I love this one. I think it was great. I love like the opening kind of groove of it. It's obviously very different feel for the record.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of like a Weezer song. Like I felt like I was listening to like a Weezer song.
Yeah, I could see
And then I
that.
was kind of like in the groove of that. I love like the piano. I even liked how like the song was just like fades out, like songs used to just fade out.
Yeah.
And so yeah, for me this was one of the highlights on the record. But I think it just again speaks to the idea that we're all probably like looking for little different things when it comes to music. But what's fun so far is that we've all found like things that we can really enjoy about this record. So I love that. Track number 10, Wake the Dead.
Oh wait, do we do?
No,
First
first
time.
time.
I messed up. Yeah, track number
Let's
9.
say that zone out.
time.
Right?
Sorry. Video game again.
Yeah.
And I like that. That's fun. But it moves into kind of like a almost like a pop punk kind of feel, which I thought was a cool transition. So I don't have a ton to say, but I think the verses are really cool. It's great melody. I like this one. It was simple. It was cool.
What about you, Jordan?
I liked it. I liked it then. I liked it now. Yeah. I feel like I like that it is kind of like more of a pop punk. It wasn't like the typical like screaming.
Yeah.
But it was more like singing and like pop punky. And whenever I feel like my favorite part is whenever he says press repeat. Just the way that he says it, I like that part.
I think that it's out of like the new era, like a Family Force 5, it's the song that I like the most out of it.
Yeah.
There's also a really cool remix of this, and it's done by Matthew Thiessen of Reliant K, but it's just a bunch of bells. So it's a bunch of like bells, and I really like it, and I feel like the remix, like his remix of this, is better like than the original, because it's just completely different. So like if you're someone who didn't like this one, I really recommend going and listening to the Matt Thiessen if you could find it, because we didn't address it like at the beginning, but also like I don't know what it is about like their catalog and like their record contracts, but like you can't find this album, like you can't buy it on Apple, you can't stream it on Spotify. You've got to either like go buy a CD or go stream it on YouTube, which I feel like is just really weird in today's age whenever you have albums that like just aren't out there.
Do they even sell this CD anymore in stores? I don't even
You go
know.
to eBay or a flea market
you
and see if
probably
you can
have to buy
find
it used.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know. There was a situation with Tooth and Nail where they entered into a contract with EMI. I think in the early 2000s, and they originally were like, "Oh, this is going to create like a lot more opportunity for our records to end up in places." But it was kind of like a partnership, where almost like there was like a merger. And but what ended up happening is that Tooth and Nail lost like sort of a lot of rights and to records during a certain time period, and then when they pulled back out of that relationship, EMI like held some of that stuff, and Tooth and Nail didn't really have the rights to it anymore. So I don't know how that maybe impacted this, but it could be one of those albums that just kind of fell prey to that. Yeah. All right, Wake the Dead, track number 10. I don't have a lot to say about it, but I feel like this one could end up on my Halloween playlist.
Yeah.
I remember having a T-shirt from this, and it was it's purple. had Wake the Dead, and it was like a zombie, like giving you, I think like it was like the thumbs up or whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember just thinking, this is the coolest shirt that anyone has ever owned in the history of the world. And I have it.
Congratulations on owning it.
I feel like wasn't this song on a commercial for
Might
like
have
a
been.
toy? I think so. I think I could be mixing it up with the Forever the Sickest Kids song.
Are you thinking of because they did do a song for Skella Animals, but it was Keep the
yeah.
Party Alive.
That one, but I feel like maybe it's that one that I'm thinking of, and then it's the Forever the Sickest Kids song that I'm thinking of was on another commercial for another thing.
This probably won't surprise you, Joel, but yes, that was a partnership they had where it was like
Yeah,
the
Skella-
undead Beanie
Skella
Babies called
Animals.
Skella Animals,
Mm-hmm.
and Family Force 5 was like wrote like the official
Keep
song and
the
all for it.
party alive.
You're probably like, yep, that
Keep
really
that
surprised me. That
party
checks out.
alive. But I like this song, Wake the Dead. It's probably, I don't know. I feel like I can't say that it is my favorite, but it's one of my favorites off of this album. I feel like the idea behind it is that there's all of these apathetic Christians, and you're like trying to get this spark of like revival, and you're trying to wake the dead.
Wake up
And
that sleeper.
it doesn't matter what they say or what they think, because they're dead. Let's wake them up. We got to revive. We got to keep pushing forward. So I feel like it's kind of an empowering song for especially young Christians who maybe don't fit the part of the stereotypical Christian, because they come into the church with their band tees and their skinny jeans and their Converses and their purple hair that's spiked up and their dark eyeshadow. Maybe that's what I look like in high school.
I was wondering how personal that moment was getting for
I
you.
got a lot of looks.
I felt like this song, like when you know the context of Family Force 5, like it does add a lot to it. Because I think on its own, like I think this song like might be kind of like like I like it, it's all right. But like that was one of their biggest things, like at concerts, is they would be like, hey, like we're here and we're gonna party for Jesus. And they're like, and if you think that's stupid, then you can leave. They're like, get out of here, we don't want you at our show. Like they'd be like a winter jam. They'd be like, if you don't think like that you should be excited for Jesus, then go get something to eat, we don't want you in this room. And so it was just very much like a in your face. And I think that like Jordan said, like when you're growing up and you feel like you're not fitting like that vision, this kind of becomes an anthem for like, oh, like I can be different and still like follow Jesus. Like I don't have to be like, here's the line you fall into.
Yeah.
So I feel like out of all of their tracks, this is one that I feel like is very personal for a lot of them, because it is kind of their anthem. Moving on to the finale, Radiator. I think that like this song is incredible. Like this song, it made me think. I was like, you know, can one song lift up the rating of an entire like album? Like that's how I felt. Like it's just like the snaps, the guitar, like everything about it is just like incredible. And like I said, like I add like Fever to like to be on playlist, but like Radiator is like this song can't come on and I not sing to it. Like it's just immediate. It's like, oh yep, we're singing, we're in concert mode. And I think it's like it's on the Mount Rushmore of Family Force 5 songs.
I'm laughing because Joel keeps looking at me, and I have a feeling I know what his thoughts on this song are going to be, because I love this song.
I was wondering what your thoughts are, because I felt like you were looking at him like we disagree on this, but
No.
apparently not.
No, I laugh because Brandon, whenever we have been talking about this album, that's the song that he keeps coming back to, and I'm like, Brandon, there's other songs on this. Have you listened to the other songs? And he's just like, man, Radiator's so good. And I feel like I love Radiator. I feel like my favorite part is the snaps in it. And then I can vividly see like the music video for this, and he's got one of those like old school microphones, and it's green, and like he's like talking in, it's like a fisheye camera angle, and he's like coming into it, and he's like, "Radiator, just like you." Like he's like twisting, and like I thought it was just such a cool music video. So I feel like the music video has sold me on this song. But yeah, I feel like it's such a cool concept. Again, it's a Jesus song because it's being a radiator just like you, so that you are sharing like Jesus, you're being Jesus. And yeah, again, it's bringing in people who stereotypically are kind of brushed to the side in your typical church circle, and you're bringing those people in and saying, hey, it is cool to love Jesus, and it's cool to have purple hair, and it's cool to dress kind of crazy, but that's okay because you love Jesus and I love Jesus. Let's sing about it and dance about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a real like Black Keys vibe from this one. Or have you guys heard the band 68?
No.
I maybe a little bit.
Josh from the Chariot. It's like his new band. It's just like literally like him and a drummer, him on guitar, but similar kind of thing. Just like big, like loud guitars, but like almost like a little bluesy kind of influence to it. And so yeah, I mean, I thought this one was cool. It wasn't my favorite track, but yeah, I'm good with it. That's great. So Brandon, you would say for you that this is your favorite track on the record.
Yeah, I would say I think that this, like, I really like Get Your Back Off the Wall, but I think Radiator is just, yeah, I think it's just, there's nothing about it like I can like nitpick. It's just, there's like a force field around like how it can be like negative, and I think for everyone, they just have songs like that. And you know, we keep going back to, I think what's really cool is that you have two people who this meant so much to them when they were growing up, and it's like, yeah, like I can't listen to that song and not think of the music video. Yeah. And then you have someone like yourself that's like, I've never seen this music video. I didn't hear them play this live. And I think that's what's cool is that, you know, I think part of it's like, is it amazing? Am I getting caught in nostalgia? I don't know. I just know I love the song.
Yeah.
So it would definitely be my favorite album, or favorite song off the album.
I love that. Jordan, what's your favorite track?
I don't have one. I feel like there's songs that I love kind of equally. I feel like Dance or Die, Get Your Back Off the Wall, Rip It Up, Fever. I feel like Die For You, The First Time, and Wake the Dead, Radiator. I feel like all of those are like standouts. I feel like How in the World, I do like it, but I don't love it. And then Share It With Me. It's okay. I don't love it. I really don't like it a whole lot.
What if this? I don't know if this helps you, but what if right now, Family Force 5 was outside that door on stage, and they were like, "We've got 4 minutes to play a song for you off this album, but only 4 minutes."
Album, Dance or Die. Okay.
That helps.
Gun to my head. I had to choose.
So here's the fun thing. I mean, the fun thing there is that I think that's a track we all enjoyed and liked a lot. And I love that. It's a great song. And it's right up there with me for my favorite one, which my favorite one is How in the World. But Dance or Die was like right there. And so it's fun that's a track that we kind of all have a mutual love for. So I really appreciate you guys introducing me to this. It's fun to dig into stuff that I haven't really spent time with and find things that I love. I'm honestly going to listen to How in the World a lot.
And then show the girls Dance or Die.
And absolutely, I will put Dance or Die on. I have a playlist called Dance Like Nobody's Watching, and so it will end up there, which is great. It'll become part of the rhythm of our family. So overall rating for the record, out of 5, 1 out of 5.
I can start. This is one of those records that I feel like when I liked it, I loved it. And so like half the record I would give like 5 stars, but then the other half I feel like just fell like flat. So I feel like for me, it's like a 2.5, like out of 5.
2.5. Brandon, you kissed your mother with that mouth?
So Jordan, I would give this record a 3.27,
Oh my gosh.
which is higher than your husband
That's true.
gave this album.
But still kind of low.
I think I'm still just bitter because I want to be like, guys, just give me another album of what I loved. Like, I don't want to try. I want to go to my favorite restaurant. Don't make me go to a new restaurant. Just let me have my chicken tenders and fries. Don't throw sauce in with it.
Man.
You just have to understand that a 4 is like a great record, and a 5 is like all-timer. So,
See, I was going to put it at like a 4.5.
which you should.
I should.
There you go.
Because
Yeah.
it's my pick. But I feel like it only loses a little bit because of Share It With Me and How in the World. Mm-hmm. I need to bring that one to you. But yeah, I feel like the 2 slow tracks, because
Yeah.
I don't like slow music. I like fast, pumpy, get me up and moving music. Slow music just makes me want to cry. But
mean-
not in a good way. Not like a good cry, like a sad cry.
I feel like if you average all that out, you get like a 3.6, 3.7. And I feel like that's a fair like assessment of it.
Should I get out the calculator? I'm curious. Your math is good.
But yeah, like I think that's what's good and bad about a band like Family Force 5 is that like I think like I don't want to spoil, but I feel like there's records of theirs that if we listen to it, I'm like, man, that's a 4.5 all day long. And I think there's other records of theirs that like might be like lower than this, but I think it's commendable when you have because like I said, for me, I'm like, just give me what I want. But I also appreciate that, like, I feel like there's a lot on this album that it was them getting out of their comfort zone, because you could stick to whatever. And like, you could have 12 tracks that's just screaming and partying. So I feel like it is cool when you're like, nope, let's slow down and try our hands at like a slower song. So I feel
good.
like
So good.
I feel like the 2.5, like I said, it can be very like deceiving, because it's like, I like the album, but I think that's where I stand, is that half of I'm like, oh, this is incredible. And the other half, I'm like, oh man, I'm not a dancey person. Like, it just misses.
Yeah. Well, this was a fun conversation through this record. So, Jordan, again, thank you so much for bringing it to us and letting us dig into it today. But now it is time for us to go to the lyric of the week.
It's time for the lyric of the
So the lyric of the week, I was looking through some of my favorites, and I asked Jordan what her favorite was. And the first thing that she mentioned was in like Wake the Dead. Like, I think it's like halfway through it. So it's like the second or third time they've gone through the chorus.
Wake up the dead now. Shake it, shake up the dead now.
She was like, it's that shaky shake. That's what I love. So that was Jordan's highlight of the album, lyric wise, is just, yeah, the shaky shake.
You know, you gotta shake them up.
Any kind of like deep philosophical meaning that like follows with that for you?
I like the
or-
way that the word shaky sounds.
There you go. Well, that's it for our episode. Before we take off, you can find us at HeyAreYouPod on X. Brandon and I's socials are on there as well. Jordan, where can we find you on the interwebs?
I joked that you can't find me. I'm in the witness protection program. But no, I'm on Instagram, Jojo the Wizard 257. I have an X, but I don't get on it because I used it back when it was Twitter, and I don't even know if I know my login for it, to be honest. But my handle, Brandon loves my handle. It's JMoney. And then I'm on Facebook too. I'm on TikTok, but I don't post on TikTok. So if you wanted to follow me, you can, but I don't really post on there. But Instagram, Jojo the Wizard 257.
Instagram's the place to go. She's a good follow there. So, all right. We are thankful that we were able to wrap around this today. Come back, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week.
Hey, Are you listening?